Hi people, today we're going to be talking about The Shadow One by Laurie. It's the third book in the Black Witch Chronicles, and I have to say that she's done it again. I mean, the book is amazing and I love the rough edge cut. And what to say? The book, will being similar to the two previous ones, it's also very different. I think it's this one, it's its own kind of beast, in the fact that maybe the other two were more action involved, more moving the plot forward, more letting you know lots of things about how the Gardnerians were doing things and advancing, putting Vogel in the forefront, and the resistance and everything. And this one, I think it's slower on the action take. But it's because instead of having this outside journey, so just to say it in some way, we are going to have this internal journey of the characters. We are going to begin the book following diverse array of characters, and we are going to meet Elloren again. Elloren is going to be narrated in the first person, while the rest of characters are going to be narrated on the third person. And we are going to have all of them being situated in this moment in time in which the action is taking place. But as I was saying, their eyes are going to be, instead of outside thinking what's going to happen, their eyes are going to be turned inward, and they are going to be thinking about themselves in the way of, where do I stand in this war that it's coming, what's my position, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be enough, I'm gonna be alone, I'm going to have someone. And I love that we have diverse characters. We're going to have one of the brothers of Elloren, I'm not giving names, and he wants to be with the resistance, and he wants to rebel against the Gardnerians, and he's going to have to prove to everyone that he really is worth it, because we are going to see how those who have been shunned by society, those who have been persecuted, are going to to play the same card. Not all of them, but some of them are going to be like, you are a roach, we don't want you, we don't need you, you are the enemy. And there's going to be other characters who are going to stand up for these characters and say, no, they are not the same. Some of them want to help us. And I did love that, and that the book makes you think about it. That sometimes when you want to protect your tribe, your people, your culture, your whatever, sometimes you don't realize that you are repeating the same mistakes that the oppressor did, you know what I mean? And I love that we have characters that make you think about it, and that they decide to make a stand, even when making that stand and defending the so-called enemy can bring them trouble. And one of those characters is our water nymph, or Waterfire, which is a character that I love. I love how far she has come from the previous books, when she was glamour and she didn't look like herself. And I love how strong she's becoming and how able she's becoming to stand on her own 2 feet. We are going to have more about the Uric male. I think he appeared in the I don't remember in the first book if he already appeared, but in the second one he did. He was dressed as a girl, just because Uric males are very rare and they are very persecuted because of their geomagical abilities. And I love that we are going to have a little dragon. Yeah, when I saw the cover, I thought, okay, it's just a dragon. I mean, it's a design that looks so good in the cover, but no, we're going to have this dragon, and I love it. And yeah, and also the biggest part of the book, it's going to be Elloren. We know now that she is the Black Witch, and that she has no control whatsoever over her power. And more than anything in this book, it's going to be her own journey in trying to come to terms that there is people who are going to want to kill her because she is the next Black Witch, and the previous Black Witch didn't work so well for some people. So she's going to be persecuted by that people that she wants to help. I mean, we know her from the first book, we know where she stands, we know that she wants to help all the oppressed, but the oppressed are going to see her as the enemy, and she is going to have to be on the run, and she's going to have to be searching for new allies. And I love the journey that she's going to be put on. I have to say, honestly, I did enjoy this book a lot, because I am Team Lukas. I'm sorry for Ivan, but yeah, Lukas all the way. And why, are you wondering? Because I love the ambivalence that Laurie Forest has created in Lukas. You don't know if he's a good guy, if he is a bad guy. He's like this morally gray character that you don't really know if he is going to hug you or if he's going to kill you. You never know exactly where he stands. And I have to say that I love characters like him that have you on edge, that you know if you can trust them, if you should trust them, or if you should run the other way. And I love that Elloren is going to have to confront him in some way and decide if he wants to, to trust him and to tell him her truth. And I have to say that I love it. I love everything that goes on between these two. I mean, for me, Lukas, as I say, he's an amazing character, and I think that he has lots of layers of personality, and for me, he's an amazing character. Yeah, and that ending. I don't know if I love Laurie Forest now, or if I might hate her for what she has done to us in the ending, or what. Yeah, I guess there's going to be people who are going to be very happy, and there's going to be people who are like, what? Yeah. As I was saying, I did love that this book makes you think about the previous things that the previous books had put forth, like racism, genocide. Those who are in power use whatever means necessary to to write this story that they want the people to learn. I love that we have characters that when confronted with the fact that they have to kill people from the other side, in this case at the very beginning of the book, we have this soldier that has to kill a bunch of dryads, and all he can see is that they are women, kids, babies, and he can do it. And they're trying to feed him all those lines that he has always been fed, like they are the enemy. They are going to portray these masks so you can believe that they are like us, but they are monsters. And I love we have this character here who simply can't do that, and in some way takes a stand and says, no, I can't. And I love that. And I love that this character, it's going to be suffering during the book. I don't love that he suffers. I love that the author doesn't shrug off what happens to him, and that it has an impact on his personality, and that he comes to question everything that has been taught to him, and he feels himself lost. Nothing is what he has been taught. He's afraid. He feels like he's alone. And I love how he finds a new reality when he's given a chance of helping those people who he supposedly had to kill. And I love to have this character written in the way that the character is written, and that all his feelings and everything that that makes him are so real and so fleshed out. This is something that I love about the characters of Laurie Forest. And I also love that we have this idea of patriarchy, about women power, about having these characters, these females who aren't afraid. Well, Elloren is afraid in some moments because she's coming to realize that she can do everything alone. She needs help. She's afraid. She's vulnerable. She doesn't know how to work her magic. But we have other female characters who are going to, to make a stand and say, it ends here. We are going to fight for what we believe in. We are going to fight for ourselves. And I love how religion is also denounced in this book, sometimes as a medium of oppression. We are going to know more about the wyverns, about winter. And it was very shocking what we discovered. It's toward the end, and I was like, what? Yeah, this book had me like, what? A lot of times, and that's amazing. And I was saving this book. I wanted to read it when the fourth one was out, but I just couldn't hold myself anymore. It's been like half a year or 1 year since it came out. So yeah, now the thing is that I need the fourth one because I need to know how the story moves forward, and I need to know if a certain characters. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Laurie. Why? Yeah, I mean, this book is going to be an amazing read. It's going to make you think, as I said, about oppression, about identity, about borderlines, about what makes us different, what makes us equal, women power, slavery, abuse, religion, and I mean, it's amazing, and it's going to make us think about the ability that all of us have inside of overcome our circumstances and raise and try to be better, even if sometimes it looks like we are in that moment in which we need to call up in a ball and cry. And I love that it's, it's like fall 9 times, get up 10. And there's lots of things about this book that I love so much, but I cannot talk about them all because I don't want to make any spoilers. So yeah, if you want to read something that's completely different, that's going to have you gasping, that's going to have you like, what? Thousands of times, pick Laurie's Forest books because they are amazing. And she is amazing. She's a very sweet person and she's very nice to her fans. So yeah, pick her books. Thank you for watching. Bye.